honestly, didn't do too bad. I did slip up a few times there, but there's a lot to like try to think about at the same time for me that it does get kind of tricky. Really? Too bad. I'm sorry I missed it. Maya. So, what happened next? What happened? Well, I think I've got a pretty good idea who did it. Now all I need is a motive. And proof. Wow, good going, Nick. Under the initial trial system, tomorrow is the last day we have. Initial trial? What's that? That's the new court system they introduced 2 or 3 years ago. They had so many cases in the system, they decided to speed the whole process up. So under that system, trials have to end in 3 days? Yeah, pretty much. Well, we've got no time to waste. I don't get it, Maya. Why would Mr. Hammer steal Samurai costume? What? You mean Mr. Hammer was wearing the costume? Yeah. Mr. Hammer was the victim, Nick. Why would he go to the trouble of stealing it? That's what we have to find out. What happened with the director's testimony? Well, it's pretty clear that the producer and the director were both in the trailer. Huh. Which means that the killer has to be one of them. Really? Why? Because the real scene of the crime was Studio 2, where the trailer is. What? Am I always this excitable? I want to say that it has to be the director. Or the producer. Whatever her name was. Have you noticed anything that might help us? I can't see what's going on when Mia's here. Oh yeah, we're talking through Maya. So no, I haven't noticed anything. Right. Maybe we should go talk to WP. WP. Powers. Right. Mr. Wright, you did very well again today. Thank you. Oh, thanks. Could you not look like you're about to burst into tears? Wow, Nick, you must have really wowed him in there. And could you wipe that grin off your face? Hey, WP, only 1 day left. Let's make it count. Yes, though there's not really anything I can do to help. I'm not really sure what I can do either. Please, this is no laughing matter. Could you tell me more about Miss Vasquez? Oh, the producer. She's well respected in the industry. They say she's a genius. A genius? She's been at Global Studios for 5 years now. Right or wrong, nobody dares tell her different these days. Why is that? Ever since she came aboard, we've had nothing but hits. Global Studios was on its knees, but she picked it up and made it shine. Oh, and what? Nothing. Forget it. I've only heard rumors anyhow. Can you tell me anything about Mr. Manella? Oh, he used to be a minor straight-to-video director. But something in his work caught Vasquez's eye. She brought the Steel Samurai idea to him. Now everyone knows this name, Salmonella. I hear it's pretty much at her beck and call, though. Whenever she says jump, he asks how high and all that. I can imagine being at her beck and call, though I can't imagine him jumping. I was wondering about Mr. Hammer. He was a big star back in the day, right? But then he just dropped off the face of the earth. Yes, you're right. In fact, he was my role model when I started in this business. But he just stopped taking on big roles. That's when he began appearing in little productions at Global. How could he do that? I was really looking forward to a sequel to Samurai Summer. He just gave up being a star 5 years ago. Actually, now that I think about it, that was right when Miss Vasquez came to Global. 5 years ago? The old windbag sure is quiet today. You know, this place is really peaceful like this. Nick? I think her guard's down. Yeah? I bet we could even eat those donuts in the guard station if we wanted. You eat, you die. Whew, she's alive. I was wondering about Dee Vasquez, the producer. Oh, the studio bigwigs love her. So she always gets her way. She seems bitter. Look, the studio people don't want me talking about her, so sorry. Can I ask you about Salmonella, the director? Sal? He's soft, a pushover, does whatever Vasquez tells him to. She treats him like dirt, but I think he likes it. Huh? Why would anyone like being treated like dirt? That doesn't make any sense, does it, Nick? No, it doesn't, Maya. About Mr. Hammer. I heard about what you said to me. Cheeky whippersnapper. Poor old Hammer. He dragged his star down from the sky and stomped on it. Calling him a criminal, a thief. I won't forget this. Uh-oh, he's really pissed this time. You listen to me, you whippersnapper. My poor old Hammer would never do such a thing. Why would he steal powers his costume so he could sneak by me? He would never stoop so low. It's impossible. Yeah, I'm just gonna move on now. Think back, Nick, to the day of the murder. Mr. Hammer put on the Steel Samurai costume. Then he left from here to go to Studio 2? Right. But why? I wonder if someone called him, like the director or the producer. Hey, Nick. It's Miss Vasquez. Hello? Hello? H-E-L-L-O! Maya, you should at least try to be polite. I'm watching the clouds. That's all she had to say, apparently. Excuse me. Mr. Hammer came here on the day of the murder, and... Perhaps you didn't hear me. I'm watching the clouds. I'm not interested in talking to you. Oh. Man, she really isn't... Okay. Wasn't the assistant cleaning up yesterday? Funny, it still seems pretty messy in here. I guess she was still on a high from getting that rare card she needed. Wait, what's in the trash? Oh. I guess they're not filming today either. I did want to see them filming, just one time. This trial will be over and done by tomorrow. You can come see them film later. I guess. This is where you found that bottle of sleeping pills, right? Uh-huh. I wonder if there's any other clues. No touching! Jesus. Oh, sorry, Val. Didn't mean to frighten you. I almost had a heart attack. guess I can be a little dramatique at times. I suppose it's the actor. Dramatique indeed. Anyway, I'm here to examine the plate on that table. Wait, are you looking for sleeping pills? Yeah, pal, traces thereof. So you're looking for traces of the sleeping pills, how? For a thorough examination, I gotta take the plate back to the precinct. But I have the capability to make a cursory examination right here. Our science guy gave me some testing solution. This reacts to these sleeping pills, see? If there are traces, it'll change color. Wow, neat! Well, Detective Gumshoe, what are you waiting for? Now, everything in due time, pal. Well, the testing solution on the plate changed color, alright. So the food on this plate had been laced with sleeping pills. Just as I thought. Looks like it. Sure I buy the case against Mr. Powers anymore. I kind of feel bad for Mr. Edgeworth, though. How is Edgeworth doing, anyway? Mr. Edgeworth is out of control. He was in the waiting room and he crushed his paper cup with hot coffee in it. Talk about burns, pal. Wow, the fury of Edgeworth. Yeah, crushing paper cups. Bottles. Say, whatever happened with that empty bottle? Oh, the bottle of sleeping pills? Well, I got some good news for you about that. They found the victim Jack Hammer's prints on the bottle. So that means... Yep, it sounds like the one who put Powers to sleep was none other than the victim. So I was right. Sleeping pill bottle added to the court record. There's not really anything we can show him. Oh, hello. What are you doing here? Oh, I was just cleaning up the dressing room. I guess WP won't be using it anymore, so... What? Why? But WP's innocent. Yes, and I'm really grateful for all you've done, but this week is the last episode of The Steel Samurai. What? No! I was wondering if I could ask you about Mr. Hammer. Yes? On the day of the murder, he went to Studio 2. Huh? I thought he went to Studio 1. He stole the Steel Samurai costume too. What? Why would Mr. Hammer do something like that? Oh, I guess the rumor must be true then. The rumor? Yeah, Miss Vasquez, that producer, had some kind of hold on Hammer. She had some dirt on him. He'd do anything she said, apparently. Some dirt? What dirt? Dirt, you know, bad stuff? I know what dirt means. About 5 years ago, they were filming a movie starring Mr. Hammer. They were using the new studio, Studio 2. Some sort of accident happened during filming. I thought I'd heard about that. After that, they never used Studio 2 again. They left the film set on the way it was, too. Going to make kid shows anymore. The studio bigwigs don't want the Steel Samurai around anymore. They want to forget all this ever happened. They want it quiet, you understand? How can they just do that? What about all the kids who love Steel Samurai? It's okay, I'm sure the kids will be fine. They'll find a new hero to follow. That can't be true. The program just ends still be heartbroken for sure. Oh.
Take that!
And this is? A fan collected all of these photographs. The kids love the Steel Samurai. The show shouldn't be cancelled just so some adults can save face. I would think you would understand that better than anyone. You're right. Okay, but what can I do? Well, for starters, you can tell me something. Tell me what it is that Global Studios is so intent on hiding. Tell me about this accident 5 years ago. Okay. Could you tell us what happened 5 years ago? Well, I can tell you what I've heard. Apparently 5 years ago, someone died, and it was Hammer's fault. Someone died? It was an accident, of course. Anyway, the producer, Miss Vasquez, managed to hush it up. And that's the dirt she had on Mr. Hammer? And that's why Mr. Hammer would do anything Miss Vasquez asked him to do. But it was an accident, right? Why didn't they just make it public? Well, you know Mr. Hammer was a big star back then. They were afraid about what would happen to his career 4 years now. I see. You know who knows more about this? Miss Oldbag. She was here at the studios back then. Thanks, we'll try asking her. Maybe she'll talk. What, you're still slinking around? Damn right.
Yeah. I'm well past that
I like
one.
the place so much, why don't you take over for me? The old windbag doesn't look so good. Everybody's doing their darn best to forget Hammer. Who do they think made Global Studios what it is today? Hammer! It's all due to Hammer! She's starting to froth at the mouth, Nick. Maybe we should keep a safe distance? Let's hope you don't have rabies. I wanted to ask you about 5 years ago. Who told? Who did you hear that from? Huh? Nichols! Nichols? Nichols. Nick. Penny Nichols. The assistant we talked to. Oh, right. Anyway, we heard about the accident. It was during filming with Jack Hammer. He killed a man, didn't he? Whippersnappers! Dredging the dirt on someone's past like that, and the recently departed, no less. I suppose you think this is fun? No, I'm just doing my job to protect Mr. Powers. And you claim that Hammer stole Powers' costume. You expect me to believe that rubbish? Or do you have some kind of proof? Proof that Hammer stole Powers' costume? Yep. I'm sorry, Miss Oldbag, but I do have proof. I can prove that Mr. Hammer stole Mr. Powers' costume.
Take that!
Here's my proof. What? What's the little empty bottle supposed to prove? It's a bottle of sleeping pills, with Mr. Hammer's fingerprints on it. What does that prove? I'm sure old Hammer had some sleepless nights. Where's your proof that he used those pills on Powers? How about this steak? Mr. Powers ate a T-bone steak village, correct? Well, yes, so? This is the plate that he used to eat that steak. There are traces of sleeping pill powder on the plate. I see. Poor Hammer. You did wrong, Hammer. Rest your soul. Miss Oldbag? Okay, you win. I'll talk. I'm tired, see? Tired of holding it all in. Miss Oldbag, you're right. 5 years ago, there was an accident. A fatal accident. What's worse, a paparazzi took a photo of it. That photo, well, it caused quite a stir. And guess who made it all better? Vasquez. She has ties to the Mafia. She silenced that paparazzi. That was the beginning. After that, she became a force to be reckoned with here at the studio. I see. But you have to understand, poor old hammer never meant any harm to anyone. Miss Oldbag. Hold on a minute. Poor Miss Oldbag. Here, take this. A photograph? Oh my god! Holy shit! I knew there was something off about that fence. Oh god, no!
Oh, is that the one that was broken? I landed.
Yeah, it's that one. Oh, jeez. Hammer was supposed to fight with a bad guy on the top of those stairs there. He pushed the other...
I think that happens to Hammer, if I remember correctly. That's why he got, fucked up. Oh, yep. That's exactly.
He pushed the other actor and the man fell onto the flower box fence. But how did you get this? It was a long time ago. I don't feel much like talking about it. I understand. Holy crap. Detective Gumshoe must have left by now. He's probably thinking about what to do in tomorrow's trial. I bet Edgeworth is pretty angry with him. Yeah, no kidding. The assistant must have gone off somewhere. That stuff about Mr. Hammer must have come as a shock to her. I would imagine so. Hey, you. I got something for you. She's not even looking. Where? Where did you get that?
Wait!
Old bag.
The shred!
She means security lady, Miss Oldbag, Nick. Right. Anyway, Miss Vasquez, you hid this incident from the press, didn't you? And you used it to control Mr. Hammer. The wind. Huh? It's gotten stronger, don't you think? The wind. Your conversation interests me. Let's talk about it more inside the trailer. Nick, she went inside the trailer. Man, she is fucking weird.
Yeah, D. Vasquez is in fact weird.
You came. Well then, what was that you were talking about? Why is she so eager to talk all of a sudden? Miss Vasquez, you were using that accident. You were blackmailing Mr. Hamos so you could control him, weren't you? That's why he was doing kid shows for petty change. So I'm a blackmailer now? Well, that's what it was, wasn't it? I mean, sure, it was an accident, but you used it to drag Mr. Hammer down from his rightful place as a star. Oh? I haven't pulled anyone down from anywhere. Mr. Hammer's career went sour of its own accord. But you were the cause. You pressured him. And I think it was just an accident. Excuse me, what is this all about? You keep saying accident, accident. How are you so sure? I mean, she's got a point. I mean, it was described as an accident, but... Must I spell everything out for you? Think, what would it be if it wasn't an accident? No. No way. You mean Mr. Hammer did it on purpose? That is what I mean. Where's your proof? Can you prove it? Just think, would he have let me run his life for 5 years over a mere accident? And I ran him hard, believe you me. But the security lady said it was an accident. Oh, well, she was a big fan of Hammers, you see. She jumped on the reporter who brought in that photo to the studio. She wrenched it out of his hand, she did. Gave him a few bruises, too. So that's why she had the photo. She's an old fool. Of course, all the reporter needed was some negatives. He could have made a copy. But he didn't. The only copy of that photo is the one you hold. Give it to me. Now. What? This is valuable evidence! Oh, holy shit! Who are they? Professionals. They're good at erasing various things. What do you think? Would you like to be erased? What? The trial ends tomorrow. How unfortunate. It's a shame you'll have to miss it. Tell me why. Why do you want this photograph so badly? This is Mr. Hammer's dirt, no? Why should D. Vasquez care about it at all? I'm sure you'll have plenty of time to think about that where you're going. So long, friends. Boys, erase away. Oh, well, hold it right there. I heard everything back. D. Vasquez, you're coming down to the precinct with me now. Not bad. Very well. It appears this contest will be decided tomorrow then, in court. I'll be looking forward to it. Hey, you okay, pal? Sorry I was a little late with my entrance. I don't get many chances to practice this sort of thing. Detective Gumshoe. Thank you. I was really scared. Huh? Don't mention it, pal. Just doing my job. Detective Gumshoe? Sorry, it's just... I've wanted to say that line ever since I became a detective. Okay, I've got one more job to do today. I'm sure we'll run into each other again soon. Well, Nick, it looks like we're getting close to the bottom of this. And who's at the bottom? D. Vasquez. I thought for sure we were fucked. So, we're going up against her in trial, are we? Let's see how this plays out. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Today will be the final day of this trial. I hope both the prosecution and the defense will be able to present decisive evidence. And for God's sake, do not omit any details. In yesterday's session, the defense presented us with a new theory for this case. He claims that the scene of the crime was, in fact, Studio 2. Today, I will call on people present in the Studio 2 trailer that day. From their testimonies, the truth will become clear. Very well. Expert seems a bit on edge today. Ha! You may call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution calls Miss D. Vasquez to the stand. Miss D. Vasquez is a producer who was present in the Studio 2 trailer that day. Man, if anybody can give a death glare, it's Edgeworth. Will the witness state her name and occupation? D. Vasquez. I am a producer for Global Studios. On the day of the murder, you were in the trailer in Studio 2. As everyone here knows, yes? I dislike needless banter. If you must pontificate, do it when I'm not here. What does pontificate mean?
I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure it's something around. It had something to do with fucking stalking too much for no reason.
Oh, so basically so basically she's telling him to shut up.
Basically.
Classy. Very well, Miss Vasquez. Please give the court your testimony concerning the day of the murder. Nick, I know she did it. Make her pay. Also, I wanted to say this for a long time. Maya's the one who died, right? Or is that my assistant?
Maya's the one who died.
Okay.
Mia is her little sister.
Okay. So I've always wanted to say that Mia totally looks like she'd be like a ghost-type Pokemon gym leader just from the way she dresses. I mean, I can totally see that. If she's guilty, I'll catch her with her pants down, so to speak. Well, I'm glad it was so to speak. I certainly wouldn't want to catch her with her pants literally down. I entered the trailer, a little before noon. The meeting began at 12 sharp. It ended at 4. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. At 2:30, we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer. We found Hammer's body later when we all went to Studio 1. That's all. I have a question about one part of your testimony. You were fatigued, so you had Sal take you. The van. There's a van at the studio, too. I had him take me in that. I thought it might be risky to walk, what with that monkey's head toppling over. The van added, Vanelli used this van to drive Vasquez to Studio 1 after the meeting in the trailer. I see. Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. This is the final battle, Nick. Let's do it. I entered the trailer a little before noon. The meeting began at 12 sharp and ended at 4. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. At 2:30, we took a 15-minute break in the meeting.
Hold it!
And what were you doing during that time? Don't... You know, I was wondering when somebody was eventually gonna say this. Don't hit your desk. It irritates me.
She's such a douche.
I know. Yeah, Mr. Wright.
Breaking apart.
It was a 15-minute break. Well, that certainly got us somewhere. Not.
It's like, yeah, Mr. Wright slapped us.
Sal and I eat T-bone steak. What the fuck is with the T-bone steaks? Are they just like...
A specific kind of steak.
I know, fuck, what's the word I'm looking for? Delicacy. I guess, is it like it's just a delicacy in the studio?
No, not really. You can buy T-bone steaks really easily. It's just, they're one of the more tender ones, if I remember correctly. They're like tender, they tend to taste better.
Oh. Do you have someone who can verify this? Sal. No, I mean someone else. One person is enough. She committed murder during that break. She wouldn't have had time to eat a T-bone steak. If I had some evidence that proved she didn't eat that steak. Like, find anything? I kind of wish she'd said a little more. It's hard.
If you have that evidence,
the one with sleeping pills and the large bone?
You have... what it is. Isn't there another one that talks about what's over there?
Let's see. There's the van, there's the steak plate in the employee area, there's the sleeping bottle pill, which has fingerprints, the, there's not really anything else revolving the plates. Of course. Back to the trailer a little before noon. The meeting ended at 12 sharp, it ended at 4. Sometimes I like to think that even the most, like, obscure or boring details might have some question that can be asked to really point something out.
Hold it!
Did no one leave during the meeting? No one. Come on, let's talk a little more about that.
That direct confirmation was also yesterday. The trial where he left for a bit to launch.
Left for a bit to what now?
Where he left to get a nice launch
Oh, yeah.
of the steak.
Stop interrupting the testimony. The same can be said to you, Mr. Edgeworth. And please stop banging on your It hurts my ears. She's such a fucking prick. I love it. What is going on with your mic? I can't tell if it's you or me.
I think it might be you because your stream is also. No. On the 30th, it would have been 5 days that it was going to be in the It would in fact be the 5th night of Freddy's.
Oh, very true. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks on the table. Do you have someone who can verify? Oh, wait. Oh, right. I wasn't paying attention.
He said someone left during, but then also said that two of them left to have them.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I guess it also depends on what their definition of left is, like if they left the area or left the trailer.
Also, she said there was maybe the evidence with the plate is one that you need to, what is it? Throw out there, but it would either be the one where she talks about leaving or where she talks about eating a steak with Sal. I would suggest trying one with the eating first.
Alright. This one?
Objection!
Aha, it works! Ha! As I thought.
Yeah.
You claim you ate a T-bone steak,
But I know what I'm talking about.
but I say you did not. What's this now, Mr. Wright? Look at this. It's a plate? This plate was on the table in the employee area. As you can see, a large bone has been left behind. Mr. Wright, need I remind you it was a T-bone steak? Exactly my point. Remember, if you will, Miss Vasquez and Mr. Manella ate at a table outside the trailer. Yet there were no bones left on the plates. The plates were bare. Oh, busted, Miss Vasquez. Tell me, how can a person eat a T-bone steak and not leave the bone? I think I know how.
They didn't eat a T-bone steak.
They didn't eat a T-bone steak. You didn't eat any steak during that break. You took your steak and threw it somewhere, like that incinerator. I had a feeling that was gonna be relevant. I see. Then what was Miss Vasquez doing during her break? Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? Picking up salmonella. Yeah, no. I mean, she is kind of douchey to him. It also said that Salmonella likes it, but I would say it was more that she was meeting the Steel Samurai. She was meeting with the Steel Samurai. order. Are you saying... Yes, Your Honor. As Miss Vasquez left the trailer to eat her steak, she ran into the Steel Samurai, and then you did it. You killed him with your own hands. Mr. Wright, isn't that a little presumptuous?
Objection!
What kind of stunt are you trying to pull, Wright? Let him claim what he wants. You say I did it? Yes. Fascinating. And here I was worrying that today would be as boring as all the rest. Very well. Let us have a battle of wits, you and I. Any day, Vasquez. Good luck, Nick. Let's see. What was that murder weapon again? Oh yes, the samurai spear. Yes? I am, as you can see, a woman of petite stature. How could I possibly use that heavy spear as a weapon?
The tip of the spear was broken.
Exactly! And as we know,
But Goju is the one you need to choose, I believe.
I think you would have a great deal of difficulty using that as a weapon. Yeah, that spear is fucking heavy. However, that has no bearing on this case. Meaning, the samurai spear was not the murder weapon. There is also something I'd like to point out. When the crime scene was examined, or when the photo was examined, I believe, Phoenix pointed out that there didn't seem to be any blood on the suit, or on the suit, thinking that maybe it absorbed most of the blow. There was no droplets around the crime scene anywhere, which means it could not have been the spear, because it would have been incredibly obvious, even little bits of blood. It would be difficult to clean that out of metal, depending on what happens when blood makes contact with it. What is the meaning of this? The spear was found lying next to the victim's body. I have proof, Your Honor. I can prove that the samurai spear was not used as a murder weapon. You know, something that really stuck out to me about this is not just the fact that this was where a man was impaled on the fence gate, but also that it was incredibly bent. Which means something else happened to it, because it's not even curved or bent. He's just straight up skewered like a kebab. My initial thought was a part of it was ripped out, used to stab the guy, and then placed back, but it was already bent because it was already removed. But I'm willing to go with this as evidence. Plus, we can also see that there was an axe being held. Although this was from many years ago, any bits of information would do.
I have something really funny for you to see.
Well, I got no points to lose here, so I can try anything. I'm gonna start with the most likely sensible thing.
Take that!
Fuck! But I haven't said anything yet? I know you well enough by now to know when you're going to present the... Wow! I don't know whether to be impressed or offended.
Yeah.
Oh. Thanks, Mia. That's my, fucking whatever.
Guess that's a 2 of your blood.
Wow.
Okay, so...
Hold on a minute. Hold on. I think I'm supposed to present the spear itself, Because it's also worth noting, if it really was a murder weapon, as I said, there would have been some evidence such as blood on it.
Take that!
I present my proof. Yeah. The so-called murder weapon. But that is the murder weapon. Not so fast. Remember that the sphere broke during the morning action scene run-through? But someone fixed the sphere. It was a security lady. She fixed it with duct tape. Now tell me, how is it possible for someone to stab a man who is wearing a thick costume like this? Or with this? Through the chest? Order! Order! Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? I'm not driving anything, I'm standing here. I'm sorry. Think about what your silence. I'm the one testifying here, and I will be heard. I don't know if we want anybody being heard in a trial. You get it, 'cause Amber Heard? Are you quite sane? Are you even aware of what you're saying? If the samurai sphere was not the murder weapon, then pray tell what was. How was Hammer killed? Well, Mr. Wright, can you tell us what weapon was used to kill Mr. Hammer? We don't have... What now?
Blood on the fence.
That's right! Would I make a claim like... Yeah, would I make a claim like that if I couldn't tell you what the weapon was? I'm afraid your confidence can sometimes be unfounded, Mr. Wright. Very well, let's see this murder weapon then.
Pick the fence at you.
Look at this photo. What is this? Why, that's Jack Hammer standing at the top of the stairs. Order! Order! If I cannot have order, this trial will be suspended. Mr. Wright, what is this all about? This photograph is from 5 years ago. There was an unfortunate accident at Global Studios.
Yep.
This is a photo of that very accident. Not a word of this was leaked to the outside. It was a close-kept secret at the studios. What does this have to do with the current case? Mr. Edgeworth, you still can't see it. See the fallen man in this photo. See how the fence post pierced him to the chest. What? Are you saying... Yes. What happened 5 years ago... has happened again. Mr. Wright, continue. It's 2:30 p.m. on the day of the murder. Miss D. Vasquez meets Jack Hammer outside the Studio 2 trailer. Then she did it. She pushed Mr. Hammer off the stairs onto the fence. Just like Mr. Hammer had himself done 5 years ago. Though whether she did it on purpose or by accident, I cannot say. In other words, the victim, Mr. Hammer, he died in the same way that he caused another man to die. That is tragically ironic. 5 years ago. Precisely. Yeah, definitely ironic. Oh, very creative, Mr. Wright. I could use a man like you in my scriptwriting staff. You deny that what I say is true. Mr. Wright, let's say for the sake of argument that Hammer died at the trailer, as you say. Yet the body was found at Studio 1, was it not? And in the evil magistrate's costume, no less. Are you then claiming that I carried the body to Studio 1 and returned to the trailer all in the space of a 15-minute break? How could I have disposed of the body? The break in the meeting at the trailer lasted 15 minutes, from 2:30 to 2:45. Could Jack Hammer have been pushed off the stairs to his death, then carried to Studio 1 and placed inside his costume? There wasn't enough time. Indeed. Well, Mr. Wright, how could she have been dealt with the body? There was also the van. What if she had another way to carry the body, other than with her own hands? For instance? Actually, for that matter, there was no need for her to do the deed in 15 minutes. and there was a way for you to carry that body. Interesting. Let's hear it then. Mr. Wright, please show us how she carried the body.
Take that!
Miss Vasquez, you carried the body to Studio 1, and you used the studio van to do it. Recall your testimony. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. There was a van there, right? I had Sal drive me. You used the van to carry the body to Studio 1. Then, before everyone else got there, you put the body into the magistrate costume.
Objection!
Hold on, Wright. Don't forget it was Sal Manila that drove the van. Are you suggesting that Mr. Manila was a conspirator? Well, as we know, he pretty much does whatever she tells him to. Of course Sal Manila has to have been a conspirator. The body had to be placed in the van and put into the costume. There's no way Miss Vasquez could have done that alone. Also, don't forget that they had to dispose of the Steel Samurai costume. They had to, because it was covered in Mr. Hammer's blood. They probably burned it in that small incinerator. Well, Mr. Vasquez, shall I continue? No need. You're smarter than you look, Mr. Wright. I lose. You win. It was fun. I win? God damn. That's gotta be a first. So, what happens next? Huh? Don't harm me. Don't you have anything to say? What would you like me to say? Huh? I lost? Something like that? I just said that. Wait, so you mean... D. Vasquez, so it was you? You killed Jack Hammer. Who can say? Are you sure I did? Mr. Wright, we just engaged in a battle of wits. And the result of that battle, you proved the possibility that I murdered Hammer. Right. But that is only a possibility. Proof is another thing altogether. You lack decisive proof, Mr. Wright. What? That's great. Order. Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts? Of course it's as the witness says. Certainly it does seem very likely she did it, but, there's no proof. Edgeworth isn't sure. Well, I came here as a witness today. If you have no more questions, I'll be leaving. What do I do now? Well, we can't just say she did it because she said it's only a possibility. But I'd like her to expand on her testification. I'd like you to testify again. Testify again? Know when to give up, Mr. Wright. Think about it. Even if I were to testify again, what's the point? I can only say what I said before. The truth, Mr. Wright. I've already said all there is to say. What would happen if I said it again? You ask the same questions, get the same answers. A waste of time. Damn! You've come so far only to fail. As it seems there are no further questions, I would like to end the cross-examination of the witness, Miss Vasquez.
Objection!
Yes, Mr. Edgeworth? I was hoping to come up with a question while I was objecting, Your Honor. I didn't. I see. Very well. You tried, Edgeworth. You tried.
Objection!
Your Honor, I request that the witness testify again. You are the prosecutor, are you not? Why are you badgering me? I'm your witness. I just want to hear your testimony again. Does this make any sense to you, Your Honor? I don't see that we have anything gained by repeating the last several minutes. Mr. Edgeworth, I too see little point in making Miss Vasquez repeat herself. What exactly did you want her to testify about? Well, yes, Man, this lady's good. Indeed, verily I say, ergo. I want to hear about what happened after they found the body. After they found the body? Very well. The witness will testify to the court concerning this matter. Nick, why did Edgeworth... Who knows? He probably realized she did it too. But... Wasn't he the one that said he always gets a guilty verdict? After all that, Edgeworth. I was with Sal and Oldbag, the security lady, when we found the body. The assistant was there too. Only Powers was absent. I immediately called the police. Then Powers showed up. The security lady, Oldbag, was quite agitated, pointing at Powers, saying, "He did it!" I asked to be left out of the proceedings. I went back to the trailer to get my script and direction notes. Then I went home. I see no issues raised by this testimony. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. Okay, Nick, we're close. Real close. She may be acting tough now, but if you put her on the spot, she's sure to falter. Find the key you need and twist the truth out of her, Nick. Right. The first thing I'm gonna focus on is her calling the police. Cause I'm rather interested to know how she treated the situation after. What was everyone else doing at that time? No one said a thing. It was silent, completely silent. So we stood there until Powers finally arrived on the scene. Sorry I'm late. Then, silence. Dead silence. Speaking of dead silence. Silence. Hey Nick, why is everyone so quiet? Someone should do something to lighten things up. Why did the security lady think Powers had done it? She said because she saw him going toward the studio. Right, the Steel Samurai. Did the detective arrest Mr. Powers based solely on the security lady's word? Perhaps not. She seemed to have also given the detective that photograph. Of course, I heard all this after the fact. That photograph, meaning the one taken by the security camera. She's not known for exhibiting the best sense of judgment when it comes to Hammer. I don't think there's anything in there I can use. I asked to be left out of the proceedings. Why? You asked to be left out? Yes. It seems that everyone else was questioned. And I'm really not fond of that sort of thing. Gee, I wonder why. But you can't just decide who the police will and won't question. Thankfully, the studio thinks otherwise. They were nice enough to understand that since we were in a meeting, there was no way we could have been involved. Thus, they covered for us. Covered for you. Or covered it up for you. There must have been a lot riding on it with all those bigwigs at the meeting. I'm sure her professionals helped convince everyone they didn't require questioning. The script and your direction notes. Yes, they're quite valuable. It wouldn't do to have them stolen. No, I guess not. Wait a second. I thought you came to Studio One for a rehearsal. Why didn't you bring your script and notes? Well, I was under the impression we wouldn't be able to rehearse anything. Why? There was a murder, after all. Who could think of rehearsing after that? Oh, yeah, I guess. Very well. Miss Vasquez, please.
Objection!
Your Honor, I have an objection to the witness's last statement. Huh? Think. Miss Vasquez said she didn't bring the script because there wouldn't be a rehearsal. Don't you see what that means? She would have had to know about the murder before going to Studio One. Oh, that's true. Order. Mr. Edgeworth, what you have just said is a reasonable observation. However, I find it hard to understand why the prosecution would make such a move. Or are you thinking of a career change to defense? I appreciate the concern, Your Honor. I will What?
In one of the later games, which I played from Criminal Justice, you actually get to play as Edgeworth. Well, not Edgeworth. You get to play against fucking Phoenix.
Oh. That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, Edgeworth has his own game.
Yeah, I think it was I think it was just simply called Miles Edgeworth or something. Now, Miss Vasquez, do you have an explanation? I can't believe Edgeworth is helping me. So the prosecution is in cahoots with the defense? What kind of court is this? No matter. I think you misunderstood me. I had a perfectly good reason to believe there would be no rehearsal. Very well, the witness will change her testimony to reflect this reason. I knew that Hammer was injured and couldn't do any action scenes, so I left him behind. You have to find something to peg this on her here, or everything we've done till now will have been wasted. I believe in you, Nick. Go get him. What time was that? We were to meet at 5 for the rehearsal, so I'd say it was then. When exactly did you and Mr. Manila arrive at the studio? About 10 minutes before. I wasn't stuffing any bodies in the costumes, mind you. Where were the other employees when we got to the studio? They weren't there yet. Well, then you could have put Hammer in that costume with Salmonella's help. Oh? What did I just say? Did I not just say I wasn't stuffing any bodies in any costumes? You should try to listen to what people are saying, boy. Boy? The witness will continue her testimony. How did you know about the injury? How did I know? Ah, you see? That's one of the key facts to tell when someone's trying to lie. One of the things they'll do is repeat a question you asked them to buy themselves time to think of an excuse. Sal. He told me. Sal the director? You have to find something to peg this on her here. Mr. Powers was taking a nap, correct? So he says. Did no one go to call him? Remember what? There was a dead body lying in front of us, yet you expect me to be calm? You certainly seemed calm enough when I accused you of murder. Wait a second, wouldn't that be the other way around? The other way around? You discovered a murdered body and one person was missing, right? Wouldn't you normally go looking for the missing person? I have to agree with the defense on this one. Well, Miss Vasquez? Logically speaking, perhaps, but no one there was thinking very logically, I assure you. Also, without his steel samurai costume, Powers doesn't really stand out. We often left him on the bus when we were shooting at location. No one noticed he was missing. Poor Powers. Well, I suppose that explains that. Very well, Miss Vasquez. You may continue. Okay, so I think I pressed her on everything I could here. So there's gotta be something I can present. I knew that Hammer was injured and couldn't do any action scenes, so I left him behind. Alright, okay. This is the point I really gotta think outside the box here. There's nothing more for me to press out of her, so it's gotta be something that I can present. I knew that Hammer was injured and we couldn't do any action scenes, so I left them behind. Locked to the patches in the ground between 215 and 4. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Okay. So, the lady thought that... The security lady thought that Powers was the one who did it. Jack Hammer died at 2:30 p.m. They arrived to rehearse around 5. She knew that Hammer was injured. The lady accused Jack of being the one who did it, even though this photo shows that it was taken at 2. Because she'd seen the Steel Samurai outfit, but couldn't have known if Powers was in it.
Objection!
Aha, I chose the right option. You knew that Hammer was injured. Don't you think that's a little funny? I mean, it was the Steel Samurai who was injured. It was Will Powers. What? Mr. Wright, explain yourself. Yes, yes, Mr. Hammer is dragging his leg in this photo. But that's because he was pretending to be Mr. Powers. Pretending? One person was injured at the run-through that morning. That person was Mr. Powers, not Mr. Hammer. Now, why did you think it was Mr. Hammer who was injured? I think I got her, Jack. I already said it was Sal who told me. That's right, he must have gotten it wrong. I think not. Mr. Manila was at the run-through that morning. He would have known it was Mr. Powers who was injured. He saw it happen. Why would he tell you the wrong person? Miss Vasquez. You saw him limping. Actually, you didn't hear anything from Mr. Manila. You saw Mr. Hammer limping with your own eyes. Yes. Was it Mr. Powers who was injured? Yes, but remember, Mr. Hammer was dragging his leg too. He was pretending to be Mr. Powers. Ah! And when was he doing this? Well, it would have to have been after he put on the Steel Samurai costume and went to Studio 2, where he was murdered. Exactly. Miss Vasquez, you met him, didn't you? You saw the Steel Samurai limping. And Mr. Hammer was in that Steel Samurai suit. That's why you were confused. That's why you thought it was Mr. Hammer who had been injured that morning. Order! Order! I will have order! Witness! Can you refute this claim? Yeah, let's see you sneak out of this one, Vasquez. Very well. I have a question for you. Why are the real killers always so persistent? Why in the world would I want Mr. Hammer dead? Yes, he'd fallen on hard times, but he was a star. I have nothing to gain from his death. Nothing. Yes, you would need a motive. Why would she have killed the victim? If there is a reason, it is unclear at this moment. Does the defense have anything to say on the matter? In other words, can you prove she had a motive? Wasn't it once said before that she tended to use blackmail against them? I presented the court evidence as to Miss Vasquez's motive in this murder.
Take that!
This is my proof. This is the photo from before. This photo reveals the motive in this murder. I'm right, aren't I, Miss Vasquez? 5 years ago, Mr. Hammer was at the height of his fame. With D. Vasquez's help, a terrible accident was swept under the carpet. Ladies and gentlemen, the case currently up for trial began on that day 5 years ago. Ironically enough, that accident precipitated Mr. Hammer's fall. His fall from stardom. His guilt weighed him down, no doubt. However, you, D. Vasquez, used Mr. Hammer. You made him work for you for petty change. Bringing us to the present day, and Mr. Hammer's last role as the evil magistrate. Yes, undoubtedly, it was a constant source of shame for the ex-star. One moment, Mr. Wright. We are talking about motives here, yet you have only talked about Mr. Hammer. It almost seems as if it was Mr. Hammer who had killed D. Vasquez, not the other way around. What motive would Miss Vasquez have? Yes, that's right. According to what you say, I would have had no reason to kill Hammer. He was a good source of income for me. And I never get rid of useful men. It's a policy of mine. Mr. Wright, please explain Miss Vasquez's motive for murder. What now?
She had no motive.
Yeah, that's one of the better assumptions we can come to.
Because you don't really have anything that would prove a motive.
She had no motive, Your Honor. What's that now? It was Mr. Hammer who was out for blood. All Miss Vasquez did was push him off the stairs, in self-defense. What's that now? It's simple. Mr. Hammer was intending to kill Miss Vasquez. What? What? When someone has you under their thumb, and you're pretty much at rock bottom, there's no doubt that eventually you'd get sick and tired of it, correct? Someone like him probably would have attempted to murder just to get out of it because she had dirt on him. Jack Hammer drugged Mr. Powers with sleeping pills. Jack Hammer snuck into the dressing room and stole the steel samurai costume. Jack Hammer wore the costume to fool the security lady into thinking he was Powers. Then Jack Hammer made his way to the trailer. And for what purpose, you ask? To kill D. Vasquez, who had so cruelly taken advantage of him all those years. As I thought. Oh! So, you did do it, didn't you? Yes, I am guilty. It was me. Someone call an ambulance! There's blood everywhere! We're too late! Miss Vasquez! What happened here? Manuel fell from the trailer stairs. Manuel! Miss Vasquez, please try to bring him calm. No! How could this? It was an accident! Mr. Hammer was doing an action scene and... No! Manuel! Don't touch him! Miss Vasquez! Please don't die. Please. Congratulations, Mr. Wright. I lose. Again. Mr. Edgeworth, where's D. Vasquez? In the waiting lobby, Your Honor. As calm and collected as ever. I see. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? It appears you have brought about yet another miracle. Thank you, Your Honor. I think not, Your Honor. Will Powers was innocent. That he should be found is only so natural. It's only so natural. Oh, that he should be found so is only natural, not a miracle. Yes, you're right. Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, not guilty. That is all. This court is adjourned. I don't know what to say. Thank you so much. I'm just glad you're okay. Yes, but it's sad. I know now that Mr. Hammer stole my costume. It's bad enough that he wanted to kill Miss Vasquez, but to think that he tried to frame me for the murder, it makes me sad. Tell me why, Mr. Wright. Huh? Tell me, why did Mr. Hammer want to blame me? Do we even have evidence for that? About that, Will. Well... Is something wrong? No, of course not. Nick! Edgeworth! Say something, right? I'm not good at small talk. Huh? What? That was too bad, Edgeworth. You don't waste any time gloating, do you? No, I really want to thank you. Vasquez would have gotten away if you hadn't stepped in. Pleased to meet you. I'm Powers. Edgeworth. I'm a big fan of your work, Mr. Powers. Liar. Right. I must say, I hadn't expected to meet you again after all these years. Meet again? However, in retrospect, it would have been better had we not met. Thanks to you, I am saddled with unnecessary feelings. Unnecessary feelings? Yes, unease and uncertainty. Aren't those kinda necessary? They only serve to get in my way. You listen to me, Phoenix Wright. Don't ever show your face in front of me again. That's what I came here to tell you. Wow. Isn't he a pocket of sunshine? Was that guy your friend? What? Friends? As if. They're rivals. Rivals, right, Nick? For now we are, I guess. Huh? Why do I get the feeling I'm missing something? Come on, Nick, tell me. What's the deal with you and Edgeworth? They're gay. Oh my god, he actually went through with it. Why is it that Phoenix and I keep having the same thoughts?
Phoenix is a very simple name.
Yeah! Now I can finally relax and chill for a while until I'm ready to take on the next case, because oh my god, that took forever.